Tanya whirls her 3-section staff around and strikes Kung Lao's face, then jumps and bashes Johnny's head. Kenshi grabs her from behind. He starts to throw her back, but she rides the momentum and flips away.
I thought Umgadi were loyal to the royal house. Yet here you are, scheming against the princess.
You trespass in Outworld, interfere in Imperial matters. It is you, not I, who is the schemer here.
Fight! Plot ends here, Umgadi. Plot is over.
Kenshi strides to Shang Tsung.
Step away from the table.
This is twice you've been a thorn in my side. You Earthrealmers do have unhealthy habits.
You heard him. You're not infecting her with Tarkat.
I am trying to protect her, not infect her.
We've heard about how you lie. Excuse us if we're skeptical. Cover him.
Kung Lao and Johnny move to Shang Tsung while Kenshi rushes to Melina. He holds a hand to her head as she lies inert.
Princess, are you all right?
Is it over?
Yes, you're safe. We've stopped Shang Tsung.
Stopped him? Why?
Melina starts to violently spasm.
Princess! Princess!
She hits him.
What did you do to her?
It's what you've done, fool. Let me help her before it's too late.
Kenshi backs away while Melina's teeth transform into fangs. Convulsing, she sits up and turns to Kenshi. Mandibles unfurl from her jaw and a long tongue waggles out. She breaks the metal restraint on her wrist and stands.
Now do you believe, Earthrealmers?
What do we do?
Keep her occupied. I need time to finish more serum.
Johnny, a hand?
We got pages for this? Or are we winging it?
Whatever we do, we can't hurt her.
Her? I'm worried about us.
Melina bounds to Johnny and claws at him.
Princess, we can help you.
Your blood. I smell it. How sweet it will be to lick off my fingers.
Fight! Johnny, Kung Lao, help hold her down.
Kung Lao and Johnny scramble to Melina and grab her.
It's now or never, Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung fills a syringe with liquid as Melina throws Johnny and Kung Lao off. Melina dashes to a table and grabs her side blades from it, then leaps at Kenshi and impales his eyes with them.
Kenshi!
She rips the blades free. Shang Tsung injects the syringe into her neck. He holds her as she goes still. She sags to the floor as her Takatan features transform back to normal.
By the gods! Melina!
Katana, General Shao, and an armored Shokan burst into the lab.
What's happened here, sorcerer?
These men were sent to disrupt your sister's treatment and scandalize Outworld by revealing her illness.
What? That's totally fake news! Princess, we were...
The Shokan punches him hard, then pummels Kung Lao to the floor.
Thank you, Goro. I've no stomach for Earthrealm lies. We should detain the Earthrealmers and the Tarkatan we found outside. At least until the Empress is ready to respond to this incursion.
Agreed.
General Shao gestures to 4 soldiers. They haul Kenshi, Johnny, and Kung Lao away.
But she must realize that this incident proves Earthrealm's bad faith. We must strike them now to protect ourselves.
No. They would not do this. There must be a misunderstanding.
They all turn to a portal made of spiraling green light opening nearby. A bald outworlder with tawny skin emerges from the portal and regards them all. He has black markings around his eyes and a red symbol tattooed on his head.
It is no misunderstanding, Princess. It is a confirmation of my prophecy. Left unchecked, Liu Kang will conquer Outworld.
He kneels by Katana.
I apologize for not arriving sooner to defend your sister. I am glad she received her treatment.
The princess is safe, but the threat from Earthrealm remains.
Yes. Quan Chi, when do you anticipate they will strike? Soon. Today's events were foretold in the final quatrains of the prophecy. Then I am right. We must act now, Princess.
I will take your concerns to the Empress. It is for her to decide. Rain, Tanya, assist me.
Rain and Tanya lift Melina from the floor. Rain carries Melina out of the laboratory with Tanya supporting her lolling head.
What truly happened here, sorcerer?
That the Earthrealmers interrupted the princess's treatment was happenstance. They were here to capture me for Liu Kang.
You? Why?
That I must investigate. For now, let us revel in our good fortune. The Earthrealm's serendipitous arrival has given us ample evidence to convince the Empress of the truth of Quan Chi's prophecy.
Conflict with Earthrealm is now inevitable.
Not necessarily. The Empress has never been eager for conflict.
If she resists, she will be replaced. Outworld needs a steadfast leader.
A leader like you, perhaps.
If my realm requires it of me.
Shang Tsung smirks at Shao.
Kill the Earthrealmers. They cannot report back to Liu Kang. Their deaths will also feed the ire between realms.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Our benefactor will be pleased.
She needs the realms at war, not at the brink of it, in order to conquer them both. Only then will we rule at her side.
Before she found me languishing in the mines, I would not have thought such a thing possible. But soon, she'll have transformed us from serfs into scions.
Quan Chi stares at Shang Tsung unblinkingly. twitching, multi-armed Takatin hybrid hangs from manacles chained to the ceiling of a dimly lit dungeon. A fanged face stares out from the creature's chest and tongues stick out from its armpits. Blood oozes from its body and into a drain on the floor. Another creature missing its lower body hangs from manacles. Its guts hang to the floor. Baraka slams on the bars of a cell he stands in. Kenshi sits near him by Johnny's and Kung Lao's unmoving bodies.
You've been at that for hours.
If you could see, you'd know why.
That's not happening, is it? Keep talking, will ya? To keep my mind off this. Tell me about life before you got sick.
I was doing well, trading goods up and down the Varta coast. My family was comfortable, happy. Then Tarkat came. It took my wife, then my children. Cruelly, it lets me live for now. I think it enjoys ravaging my body more slowly.
Johnny sits up.
This hangover. Kenshi. God damn it. How bad's the pain?
Excruciating.
You saved me. I won't forget that.
But you may just regret it.
What are you doing?
Johnny gawks as he stares through the bars of the cell. Various Takatans dangle from chains in the dungeon, many missing large chunks of their bodies. One spasms as they hang from a torture rack.
What in the... When did we take the left turn into survival horror?
This is Shang Tsung's real laboratory.
We're beneath where we were before. That was a false front.
Reminds me of this cheap-ass film I did in my early days. Flesh Pits. God, that was trash.
Reptile, a masked man in a green cloak, opens the dungeon's doorway and enters.
Who's that?
Our jailer.
Reptile strides through the broad cobblestone space. By a cell, he stops by a bucket filled with chunks of bone and meat. He throws one of the chunks to a Takatan hybrid inside. The creature grabs it and rips into it with their fangs. Reptile steps to Baraka's cell and looks at Kenshi.
How is he?
His eyes are gouged out. Guess.
Reptile hands Johnny a small jar.
That will dull the pain.
You're vile to be part of this.
You are Shang Tsung's prisoner. I am his slave. He has my family. He'll kill them if I don't obey.
Johnny opens the jar, then pulls a long red cloth from his belt. He smears some of the jar's ointment onto the cloth. He covers Kenshi's gaping eyes with the cloth, then ties it around his head.
Why did he pick you?
So he could learn how I shapeshift.
He learned that from you? We saw him do that. It was unreal.
So how does it work? You just shape-shift into anything you want?
I can shift only between this and my natural form.
He shapeshifts into a humanoid lizard.
You're Zateran. Your race can shapeshift. None can except me.
He shapeshifts back as light coalesces near him. It resolves into Shang Tsung. He smirks and steps closer to the cell.
Are they ready? It's time.
Time for what, sorcerer?
Replication experiments. They begin with your vivisection. I'll use your harvested parts to build new creations. The process is fatal, of course.
Liu Kang won't let you get away with this.
That presumes he will ever learn what happened. But when I am done, there will be no trace left of you. I shall return soon to check progress. I have other matters to which I must attend.
He teleports away.
You don't have to do this.
It's either you or my family.
Reptile moves to another cage filled with Takatan hybrids. He opens their cell by pulling a chain through a pulley.
In the chambers.
The warrior's cell door opens as the creatures charge. Johnny jumps, swings from the bars above, and kicks a hybrid down before punching his head. He kicks one hybrid's face before kicking another to the floor. A third rams Johnny into a wall. Kenshi sits in the cell while Kung Lao fights off two of the creatures, and Baraka viciously stabs another's belly before throwing him away. Baraka strides forward, then impales a hybrid with both bone spikes and flings him over his head. He slashes at another as two of the creatures drag Kenshi past him. The hybrids fling Kenshi into a small cage dangling from a chain fixed to the ceiling. Another pair chuck Johnny into a cage next to Kenshi's. Two of the creatures haul Kung Lao to a third cage. He throws one off, then double kicks the second back before pummeling a third with a combination of punches. He turns sharply and sidekicks a fourth into a table holding his razor-rimmed hat. He throws it and the hat flies in an arc, decapitating two hybrids before returning to his hand. He smoothly sets it on his head.
Fight!
Baraka snarls at a fallen hybrid.
There is nothing more foul.
Electricity arcs along the bars of Johnny's and Kenshi's cages.
You spoke too soon, Baraka.
Reptile holds a sparking lever nearby. As the hybrid on the ground crawls pitifully, a Takatan hybrid brute stomps on his head.
Fight.
Baraka lifts his head.
Enough distractions!
Brushing Kung Lao aside, Baraka grips the bars of Johnny's cage. He rips it open, then does the same to Kenshi's. Kenshi stumbles weakly. Johnny and Kung Lao help him along, each supporting his weight with an arm over their shoulders. As they shuffle toward the exit, Reptile walks after them.
I'm ruined! Shang Tsung will punish me for this by torturing my family.
Baraka narrows his crimson eyes.
You'll pay for their suffering, Tarkatan.
Fight! We are leaving.
Reptile kneels.
Then kill me. If I die, maybe you'll spare my family.
No, I won't murder you.
It's mercy, not murder. Not that what I've done deserves yours.
You were protecting your family. I would have done the same.
His mask now removed, Reptile stands with sadness in his eyes. Through magical dust, Shang Tsung appears and frowns at the dead hybrids.
What has happened here?
Johnny takes up Sento and stands with Baraka and Reptile. Shang Tsung points sharply at Reptile.
Sizoth, you fool! You've let them ruin everything.
We're going, sorcerer.
And we're taking you with us. Liu Kang would like a word.
I cannot be apprehended so easily.
Shang Tsung conjures clouds of green gas.
Yeah, I got a bad feeling about this.
I bid you all farewell. Cheer up, Sizoth. I'm reuniting you with your family.
They're dead? You killed them?
Many moons ago. I do hate loose ends.
Reptile's lips curl into a snarl, and he charges the sorcerer, but Shang Tsung disappears in a magical dust cloud.
We gotta get out of here.
Green gas fills the room as Reptile tries the door.
What's wrong?
The door must have sealed when the gas was released.
Baraka strides toward the door.
Stand aside. Test your might.
The thick green gas fills the air as Baraka punches the door. Reptile and the Earthrealmers collapse. One by one, they succumb to the gas. Baraka, his fists clenched against the door, is the last to fall.
Test your might.
The thick green gas fills the air as Baraka punches the door. Reptile and the Earthrealmers collapse. One by one, they succumb to the gas. Baraka, his fists clenched against the door, is the last to fall.
Test your might.
Baraka throws the door open to a hallway.
Harry! Follow me. This way.
Johnny and Kung Lao support Kenshi.
Leave me. I'll just slow you down.
What? Shang Tsung finds you, he'll kill you.
Look at me, Cage. I'm useless. Don't risk your lives to save mine.
Hey, you are not giving up. The Tyra need you, remember? We are gonna get back home and figure out how to help you. Got it?
Baraka and Reptile march ahead, leading the way out of the laboratory and into a bright, clear day. They make their way into a lush forest.
We can't linger. We'll be captured.
We need help getting Kenshi to the portal at Sundo.
I can take you only to the city's gate. Forgottens are forbidden inside.
I'll see you the rest of the way. It's the least I can do to make amends.
Reptile trudges on. Dozens of trees have tall faces carved into their trunks. Kenshi walks with a hand on Johnny's shoulder.
God, this reminds me of Wicked Planet. We had this forest in the second act.
The Manticore battle.
Yes! It was a pain to shoot, but man, did it come out epic.
I can picture it exactly.
Kenshi and Johnny smile.
This is the living forest.
Aren't all forests living, Baraka?
No others have trees that house the souls of the dead.
Whoa, wait a tick. We're talking ghosts?
Good ones, not evil.
You guys know anybody in here?
Some distant relatives.
You will find no Zaterrans.
Why not?
Warm bloods don't welcome us. So we keep to ourselves, living underground in Sikander province.
Then how did you meet Shang Tsung?
That I could take human form made me a freak among my people. I was terrorized and run out, starving and beggared. I joined a traveling carnival. Turned out there were many who would pay good money to see my gift. Back then, Shang Tsung was a huckster. We crossed paths and he saw what I could do. When he began to learn real sorcery, he asked to study me. When I declined, he took my family hostage.
Well, that's an offer you can't refuse.
He is dangerous, and he has plans. He, General Shao, Rain, they are conspiring.
To do what?
I can't say for certain. I've only overheard fragments.
The group freezes. Reptile transforms into a green lizard with a thick tail and elongated arms. He and Baraka charge into a clearing where a woman dressed in white fights off demons. Her pale skin contrasts her dark lips and all-black eyes, while red scarification zigzags up her forehead. She twirls with a jagged Chris sword, slicing skillfully at the demons. She stabs the last one, then spots Reptile and Baraka.
Quan Chi sends more demons?
Wait! We're not!
Feathery white wings appear on her back as she charges and kicks Reptile. Baraka squares up.
With each of you I kill, my absolution grows nearer. Shedding your blood brings me closer to the light.
Fight! Killing me won't absolve your sins. are. We are not demons.
Eyes narrowed, the woman picks up her sword.
If not demons, what are you?
He's a Terran. I am a Denian. Or I was before my Tarkat affliction.
Outworlders. Apologies. I'm glad I've caused neither of you permanent injury.
Kung Lao treads cautiously into the clearing past a demon's head. Kenshi, led by Johnny, crinkles his nose.
What is that?
Just keep swimming. So, who's our femme fatale?
I am Ashra, demon of the Netherrealm.
Demon? You look human. Mostly. And what's a Netherrealm?
The monks covered that with us. Did you sleep through every lesson?
That one, apparently.
Netherrealm's hell, but real.
No shit.
I appear nearly human because I've purged most evil from my soul. When I'm done, the last vestiges of my demonic form will fade away.
Why were the demons after you?
They were sent by Quan Chi, my former master. I was part of his Sisterhood of Shadow. He wanted, still wants, dominion over the realms. I renounced him when I realized that I could not help him defile them.
And now he wants you dead.
Precisely.
She smirks.
I followed Quan Chi from the Netherrealm here. He's building devices that steal souls on a mass scale. He's testing the first on the dead that reside in the forest.
Why steal souls, Ashra?
To harness their power. To what end, I don't know. But I do know that it's to aid the designs of another sorcerer. Shang Tsung.
Johnny glances at Kenshi.
Damn it. That guy's everywhere.
You're sure Quan Chi is here?
My Chris senses him.
Her sword.
He's nearby.
Nope, no. We're getting you home.
We have a job to do. Quan Chi could lead us to Shang Tsung.
Your Liu Kang is right. Shang Tsung's a danger that must be dealt with. I will aid you.
As will I.
Well, I guess the eyes have it. Motion carries. Ashra, lead the way.
Johnny gestures magnanimously. With a friendly smile, Ashra leads them deeper into the living forest. Ashra's jagged Chris sword glows white as they walk onward.
Quan Chi is close. The emanations of his evil grow stronger.
That is a powerful weapon.
And my perfect ally. As I smite the evil it finds, I am further purified.
Now I've done steps, so I'm all for self-help. But since when does a demoness want to be less evil?
I had spent eternity damned to the Netherrealm. I had assumed that's all there was to existence. But then I saw Earthrealm, saw Outworld, saw there was a better way to live, and that to have it, I needed to cleanse my soul. My sister demons were furious at my change of heart. Kia and Jataka were the first to hunt me.
Ashra frowns.
Quan Chi is also a demon?
Actually, he's an Outworlder. But he mastered the dark magic needed for unfettered travel to my realm.
A large insect hovers near Reptile's face. His tongue flicks out to catch it, and he hastily stuffs its spindly legs into his mouth.
Any idea how he buddied up with Shang Tsung?
They share a common benefactor. She plucked them both from obscurity, taught them everything they know. I've never met her, but there's no question that she is a sorceress beyond compare.
The Chris sword glows brightly, emanating a golden aura.
Quan Chi is near.
Quan Chi stands on a wood platform where a twisting statue of skulls glows with green light. 4 onlookers hold red gemstones.
I am ready for your contributions.
A woman with bat-like wings steps forward. Ornate silver finery weaves along her thighs and midriff.
Excellent, Nitara. I need yours as well.
A Saidan man with black hair and deep scars on his chest looks up.
Darius and I have been thinking, sorcerer.
Do not try to renegotiate, Havoc.
We need proof that you'll deliver.
That he's delivered for Natara's Vaternians is all the proof you need.
Serena's right. Because of Quan Chi's magic, my realm's people are no longer poisoned by sunlight. We've finally escaped the shadows.
Rest assured, The spells you will receive will bring down Order Realm's government.
When will we have them, Quan Chi?
After the attack on Earthrealm, which could be called off if the Soul Stealer's efficacy isn't demonstrated promptly.
The Saidan man Havoc hesitates as the green glow looms behind them. He hands over the gemstone to Quan Chi. Quan Chi's eyes widen. Nearby, Ashra steps forward from her new companions. Their gazes are all fixed on the platform.
Well, this plot just got thicker.
Earthrealm is in grave danger. Just one Soul Stealer can kill hundreds of thousands. If he unleashes a battery of them,
millions will die.
He must be stopped.
I will deal with Quan Chi. The four of you subdue the others.
Whoa there, big fella. This stops where you get off.
Johnny stops Kenshi.
You heard her. Millions could die.
Which is why we don't want you tripping us up out there. Now, give me your sword.
Why?
Just give it.
A small smile tugs at Johnny's lips. Kenshi hesitantly removes the sword from his back and offers it to Johnny. Johnny takes it, then replaces it with the sword Sento. Kenshi grips its black scabbard tightly.
What? I can't. Not when
You've saved my life. It's yours.
Johnny fixes him with a serious look and touches his shoulder. Kenshi squeezes Sento, thumbing its golden detailing. At the Soul Stealer, Quan Chi casts green magic from his hands. Natara spots Ashra's group charging in.
Quan Chi!
They stop before the platform as Quan Chi turns.
Yet again, you evade capture, Ashra. And now it appears you've found allies.
We are joined against you, sorcerer. You won't be stealing any souls.
Ashra flourishes her sword and charges in. Natara flies forward to meet her, slashing with red claws. Baraka bowls into Havoc, and they brawl with clenched fists. Kung Lao kicks at the demon woman Serena, who parries him with swift ease and counters with a gut punch. Johnny exchanges blows with Darius, a Saidan man with dark umber skin and orange sunglasses. Ashra manages to slice Natara's arm.
That blade's enchanted.
It was forged to destroy evil. It's slain many of your vampire kind.
We can't help what we are. That we feed on blood doesn't make us evil.
Fight.
The attacker punches the victim airborne, then grabs their ankles to slam them down. Natara kicks her victim upward, then stabs her claws through their neck before slamming across the floor.
Is that your best, demon? You'll need much more.
I am one step closer to redemption.
Twisting green light erupts from the Soul Stealer and spirals toward the sky. Dozens of ghosts, translucent skeletal figures fly from the trees toward the Soul Stealer. The ghosts swarm around the twisting light. Johnny gazes up at the ghosts with the others, all awash with pallid green light.
My God, it's a tornado.
The forest withers and rots as the faces carved into the trees turn skeletal. Quan Chi conjures green light in his palms, then lifts them overhead. Teeth gritted, Quan Chi thrusts his hands to the Soul Stealer and channels green magic into the Soul Nado. Strands of light from the Soul Nado coalesce into a humanoid form wearing a red and black cloak over corpse gray skin. The humanoid stretches his jaw open, then collects himself and stares out at everyone with glowing green eyes. The humanoid raises his hands while floating in front of the Soul Stealer. Ashra narrows her eyes at him.
What dark magic is this?
We are Ermac, a collection of souls bound by Quan Chi's magic. We live to obey his commands. Kill them.
Ermac throws bolts of green energy at Johnny, Kung Lao, and Ashra, knocking them to the ground. Ermac telekinetically raises Baraka into the air as the Tarkatan charges, then throws him away. Reptile tackles Ermac to the ground, but Ermac frees himself and blasts Reptile back with an energy bolt. He yanks Ashra toward him, then jabs her face before launching her through the air to the ground.
Quan Chi must succeed if I'm to liberate Order Realm. I'll not let him fail.
Killing one realm to free another is a heinous proposition. One I won't let you fulfill.
Fight!
You aid Quan Chi speaks volumes about you. I am a Zao. Take your chaos elsewhere.
Ashra hacked through Quan Chi's flaming skull with her kris.
I always feared you would be trouble, Ashra. You are not compliant like your sisters.
And now they're dead by my hand because you sent them against me. I'll never forgive you for that, Quan Chi.
Fight! If you wish, but soon you will join your sisters.
long time coming, sorcerer.
Ashra scowls.
When I'm finished here, I will finish you.
She flings her Chris at Ermac. He stops it telekinetically. Ashra grabs the Chris and slashes at him. Ermac weaves around her attack, then blasts her back. Johnny kicks his head, then Ermac smacks his face, making him stumble away. Ashra spins while slashing at Ermac. He evades her, then slams Reptile into the ground as he charges. He levitates Ashra into the air and hammers her down. She lies inert. Ermac throws a fallen log at Reptile and Baraka, then floats Johnny up and slams him into the dirt. He raises Johnny again and flings him away. Johnny goes still. Kenshi raises Sento, face hard.
I can't let them die.
He charges Ermac. Ermac launches him away. Sento pierces the ground. Kenshi gradually sits up. He frantically feels around the ground. Dim lighting reflects on Sento's sleek blade.
What? Who is that?
Your ancestors. Come to us.
Kenshi crawls to Sento. He clutches the sword's hilt, then lifts it as he stands. Blue light shines from Kenshi's eyes and bleeds out past his blindfold. He sees Ermac speed through the air to him. He dances around Ermac's punches, then runs Sento through his chest. Blue light flares from Ermac's eyes and mouth and starts to get sucked into the blade. Then he blasts Kenshi away. He tosses rocks at Kenshi, but Sento floats in the air and deflects each of them. Kenshi gently takes the hilt.
It siphoned his souls. It now has his power.
Ashra runs over.
That was unexpected.
You're telling me. Shall we finish this?
Let's.
Ashra and Kenshi face Ermac with the Chris and Sento at the ready.
This fight's not over. I'll defeat all of Quan Chi's minions.
We are many. You are one. We will destroy you. Fight. His demand will be
Resistance is never pointless.
We are many. You
one. He will destroy you.
What's wrong with him?
Combat must have weakened the magic that binds his souls together.
Sindel, I'll find you.
Ermac sags to the ground.
What was that?
Watch him. I'll shut down the Soul Stealer.
Ashra dashes to the Soul Stealer. She plunges her kriss into its red gem, making it split. Quan Chi raises a hand to her. The gemstone splits and releases energy that launches Ashra away. The ghosts pour out of the Soul Stealer. One flies to Quan Chi and grabs his head. The ghost sucks blue energy from his face, turning his skin ash white, then vanishes. Quan Chi staggers back before collapsing. Ashra regards Quan Chi's motionless body, then strides to him.
Since that didn't kill you, I will.
No, Ashra!
He's too dangerous to let live.
Liu Kang needs to question him. He knows Shang Tsung's plans.
Ashra lowers her kriss.
Very well.
Well, clearly I underpaid for that. Did you know what it could do?
The legends never mentioned mystical powers. The souls of my ancestors live within it. They intend to guide me.
Just don't forget who gave it to you, Takahashi.
I won't, Cage. Now, let's get him to Earthrealm.
They all look at Quan Chi.
I know home's here for you, Baraka. But size off, Ashra. You can come with if you want. I'm sure Liu Kang will welcome you.
I've never had a home. That would be wonderful.
Snow falls around the ruins of an immense stone fortress nestled among tall mountains. Shang Tsung waves his hands around on the top of the fortress and conjures a portal made of fiery light. The benefactor emerges from it.
Report, Shang Tsung.
The Soul Stealers are under construction. Quan Chi tests the final components as we speak.
And the army?
Will obey your every command, once it's been fed sufficient souls. I've also conceived a plan to break the Lin Kuei away from Liu Kang. Instead of defending Earthrealm, they will betray it.
Excellent. You have learned quickly, Shang Tsung, and well. You will soon reap the bounty of what you've sown.
He beams. Moonlight falls over the rooftops of Sundo. Reptile leaps from one roof to another. He looks down at a massive festival of Outworlders in the streets below, each wearing brightly colored clothes. Paper lanterns hang from strings over them. Reptile dashes along the rooftops, following General Shao as he moves through the crowd. Reptile leaps to another rooftop, changing into his lizard form as he goes. He bounds through the air to a different roof. He scurries up to its sloping apex, then shapeshifts back into his human form. Reptile steps across the roof, then stops and looks out at the hundreds of people gathered around a massive two-story wooden building, its sides open and the people inside visible. Long strings of different colored paper lanterns hang over the ground, and a group of performers move a large dragon prop around in a dance. Kitana and Melina stand on the bottom floor of the massive building, each in full regalia. Tanya and numerous others in lavish clothes stand among them. Kitana smiles and waves to the festival outside. Li Mei steps to General Shao and walks with him.
Who are these Earthrealmers we're looking for?
You have their descriptions.
You can at least tell me why they're here. What they've done.
State secrets. Not for your ears.
He strides away through the bustling street. Melina and Kitana smile and wave to the people. Melina beckons Tanya.
Yes, Princess.
Fetch us water, please.
Tanya smirks.
As you wish.
Melina smiles warmly as Tanya leaves.
Careful, sister. Entanglements with Ungadi are forbidden. You know their vows. Who told you? No one. I have eyes. As do the snakes at court who would cheer your downfall.
The Ungadi's rules are ridiculous.
And you can change them when you are Empress. For now, you cannot jeopardize your ascension.
Melina stomps off. Quan Chi sits in an alley behind one of the crowded streets. Johnny puts a big hat on him near Ashura, Kenshi, and Kung Lao.
Night-night, sweet Prince of Darkness.
They all wear festival costumes.
Oh, perfect. You'll fit right in.
You couldn't steal a more functional hat.
What? It hides your face. And honestly, it suits you.
Ashura gives him a questioning look.
I still don't know about this. Carrying him around will attract unwanted attention.
Look at it out there. It's like Mardi Gras. People will think you just party too hard.
Reptile jumps down to them from a rooftop.
What's the word?
Go toward the stage, then right to the portal gate. But there are soldiers and constables everywhere.
Are you sure these are enough? One person spots us, and we are dead.
That's why I'll create a diversion.
They're out for you too, Syzoth.
To catch me, they must see me.
Reptile turns invisible.
Damn. You didn't tell me you could go full Predator.
Kenshi and Ashura lead Kung Lao and Johnny as they carry a listless Quan Chi through the immense crowd of festival goers. People glance at them. Ashura catches her hat as it slips off, then readjusts it. 4 guards eye them from across the street.
We can use that diversion.
A string of paper lanterns overhead bursts into flames.
Good work, Syzoth.
They carry on. The surrounding festival goers flee. Kitana looks out at the chaos in the streets. Tanya grabs at her arm.
Come, princess. Unhand me. I'm going nowhere.
More paper lanterns explode near General Shao and a row of soldiers.
Douse the fires! Find who set them!
Stand down, General. This is my problem, not the military's.
Li Mei spots Reptile on a rooftop.
Look.
Syzoth.
You know him? Who is he?
Unimportant, but it means the Earthrealmers are here. Reiko.
Reiko rushes over, then looks at Reptile. He and Li Mei hurry through the crowd toward him as he sprints away. Li Mei and Reiko pursue Reptile while he jumps to another building's roof. They pause. Reiko fixes him with his gaze, then throws a shuriken, striking his hand and making him fall to the ground. Reptile clutches his hand and flees, partially invisible. Li Mei and Reiko examine green blood trailing away.
I'll get him.
She runs off. Reiko pauses, then hurries after her. Kenshi looks around while leading the others with Ashura. He spots Li Mei and Reiko in the distance, following the blood trail.
Syzoth!
Kenshi shoves his way through the crowd after them. Li Mei and Reiko run to a small bridge. Reptile turns visible on the other side of it.
Green blood? You're Zaterran. How can you—
There is much you don't know. Like what the General is truly up to.
Surrender and I'll hear you out. I can't if you resist arrest.
You arrest me, he'll execute me. That's not how I intend to die.
Fight.
My quarrel's not with you. Let me pass.
For your sake, take it.
The attacker punches the victim airborne, then grabs their ankles to slam them down. Li Mei conjures a giant lion head made of energy. She leaps, twists the victim's neck, and throws them into the lion's maw.
You arrest me, he'll execute me. That's not how I intend to die.
Fight!
My quarrel's not with you. Let me pass.
Chance to surrender. For your sake, take it.
The attacker punches the victim airborne, then grabs their ankles to slam them down. Li Mei conjures a giant lion head made of energy. She leaps, twists the victim's neck, and throws them into the lion's maw.
Know that I am sorry for disturbing Sundo's peace.
Kitana glowers.
Ludicrous.
Princess, no! You could be hurt!
Kitana unfurls two fan blades and charges Reptile. He dances around her attacks, then punches at her. She dodges just as Tanya strikes at him with her three-quarter staff. He counters her swings, then kicks her away.
Insurrection from a Zaterran? This is a day I never thought I'd see.
You misread my intentions, Princess. Sadly, I've no time to explain them.
Fight!
The attacker hits the victim's face with a hook, then twists their arm to break their shoulder. Kitana flings her fan blades into the victim, leaps, summons the fans back, and drives them into their skull.
I don't want to harm you, but you're leaving me little choice.
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Reptile's tail ensnares his victim to ragdoll them around. He then crushes their chest in his maw.
For one who claims not to be a rebel, you fight tenaciously.
Soon, you will know the truth.
Tanya gets to her feet. She throws off an Umgadi priestess trying to help her up.
Take the princess and go. My fight's not with her, or you.
It is now that you've laid your hands on her. I will take your life as punishment.
Fight.
This need not continue. My sentence is suspended, Umgadi.
General Shao advances with Goro and other soldiers.
Found you.
Johnny and Kung Lao let go of Quan Chi as he stirs. Kung Lao and Johnny swap looks, then shrug. They punch and kick Quan Chi until he collapses. General Shao rests his large axe on his shoulder as he paces over. Quan Chi staggers to his feet, then stumbles away.
What about him? Worry only about the Earth Realmers.
this was one of my movies, we'd get saved by a plucky comic sidekick.
Reptile and Kenshi zipline across a rope leading from one roof to another. They land by them.
If we die today, we die together.
Not comic, but definitely plucky.
Johnny sidekicks Goro, then Goro grabs his arm. Ashra parries the swords of several soldiers and counters. General Shao brings his axe crashing down on Reptile. He dodges, then shifts into his lizard form and bashes Shao away.
It's unlike Shang Tsung to leave loose ends.
Now that I'm free of him, I'll reveal your conspiracy to all of Outworld.
You'll do nothing of the kind. Dead men tell no tales. Fight! It will make your defeat that much
The attacker jabs the victim with 3 strikes, then knocks them away with an elbow to the head. Reptile's tail ensnares his victim to ragdoll them around. He then crushes their chest in his maw.
You won't silence me, General.
Kenshi, Johnny, Kung Lao, and Ashra knock down the remaining soldiers. More soldiers rush over.
We must go. Now!
Johnny punches Goro as he gets up, then flees. A portal opens by Liu Kang's temple. Kung Lao, Ashra, Reptile, Johnny, and Kenshi hurry out of it. They turn back to the portal, fists raised. It shuts. Liu Kang approaches from behind.
Johnny, Kenshi, Kung Lao, you have safely returned.
He looks at Kenshi.
By the Elder Gods.
We had a run-in with Princess Melina's inner demons.
She took my sight, but Sento, in its own way, restored it.
I am glad that Sento bonded with you. Though my hope was that the means would be different this time.
This time?
Forgive me, Kenshi. I misspoke. Go. The monks will tend to your wounds.
We found Shang Tsung, but he got away. I can see why you're twitchy about him. He's neck-deep in some serious shit.
Rest. Eat. Then we will discuss.
Can I also get a martini? Shaken, not stirred?
Liu Kang smiles.
I'm sorry. Meet the newest members of the Earthrealm players. We wouldn't have made it back without them.
Astra and Syzos.
You know us?
As Earthrealm's protector, there is much I know.
Do you also know of my former master, Quan Chi? He colludes with Shang Tsung.
A new deadly alliance? Come, all of you. You must tell me all you know.
Liu Kang leads Reptile and Ashra away. Johnny stands alone. He bows his head.
Well, so much for that martini.
He walks after them. Liu Kang and Geras pace around Liu Kang's brazier in the ornate wooden room.
Shang Tsung and Quan Chi again conspire against Earthrealm? What Johnny and Kenshi report should not be possible. You witnessed how I rewrote history. I gave the sorcerers meaningless lives. They should have never gained power, let alone join forces.
And your work was flawless. Such would their lives have been, had someone not interfered.
Interfered? What do you mean?
Garrus conjures images of the benefactor with both Quan Chi and Shang Tsung. Liu Kang examines the images.
Both sorcerers were visited by this person. It is her intervention that bent the arcs of their lives.
Who is she?
Unknown. Her identity has been obscured from the hourglass.
Who could have that power? Is it Kronika? Somehow resurrected?
Impossible. Titans once destroyed cannot be revived.
Then someone else must have survived the previous timeline. Someone with a vendetta against me.
It is the only plausible theory.
The benefactor circles Quan Chi.
You must determine its validity, Garrus. The fate of the realms may depend on it.
Sub-Zero paces near Scorpion and Smoke as they sit on a bench in a large room illuminated by lamps on the walls.
How long are we expected to linger? Patience, Bi-Han. There are many demands on Liu Kang's attention.
Were he here, Father would advise us to wait without protest.
But now he is gone, and I am Grand Master.
His teachings did not pass with him. They should still guide us.
Guide us, yes. Shackle us, no.
We can't abandon tradition.
Mind your place, Tomas. Father may have taken you in, made you one of us. But your blood will never be Lin Kuei.
Kung Lao and Raiden approach. Kung Lao bows.
Lord Liu Kang can see you now.
It is about time.
Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and Smoke watch Liu Kang move a metal figurine across a map on a table.
Shang Tsung is here, at the ruins of Ying Fortress. His soul stealers are already under construction. You must destroy them, and capture Shang Tsung before either can inflict harm upon Earthrealm.
We will leave immediately.
And we will join you.
You are not Lin Kuei. You would only hinder the effort.
Raiden and I are more than...
We're trained differently. It takes years to master our ways.
You and Raiden have my full confidence, but you are needed elsewhere. Go to the Wuxi. The monks must prepare you for war.
Sub-Zero stands on a cliff with Scorpion and Smoke while peering through a spyglass at Shang Tsung's ruined fortress.
The only way in is over the walls.
We must find a less guarded section before attempting an ascent. Finally, we face a worthy foe. Victory will bring us glory.
Glory? We fight for duty.
Does our father's ghost possess you? All I hear is his voice.
We must honor his vision, Bi-Han.
Vision is what he lacked. He was blind to our superiority. We settle for defending Earthrealm when we could help lead it.
Our clan doesn't govern. It serves.
That is our past. It won't be our future.
Smoke and Scorpion trade looks while Sub-Zero marches off. Smoke slowly hovers in a tornado of smoke, ascending behind Sub-Zero and Scorpion as they climb the rampart. Scorpion uses his kunai-tipped rope dart as a grappling hook, while Sub-Zero uses ice spikes to pierce gaps in the immense stone wall and haul himself up. Scorpion yanks his rope dart out of a wall after reaching the top of the rampart with Sub-Zero. Smoke flies up behind them, then he turns toward the sky as Nitara dives toward him, fangs bared. She rams him, knocking him out of his smoke tornado and sending him plummeting to the ground far below. He pulls out a knife, then stabs the rampart to gradually slow to a stop. Sub-Zero and Scorpion step to the rampart's edge and bump a stone over toward Smoke. He pulls away, narrowly dodging it. Nitara darts through the air and tackles Sub-Zero to the ground. He kicks her off as Serena and Scorpion approach. They both stand.
As a boy, I heard tales of battles against your kind. I had fought them tall ones.
All Earthrealmers will soon know of Eternus. My realm starves, and it's coming here to feed.
Fight.
Attacker hits the victim's face with a hook, then twists their arm to break their shoulder. Sub-Zero slides on ice shards which stab up through his victim's abdomen and skull. He then chops down with an ice wall hammer.
You will end this day hungry.
Telekinetic energy grabs Sub-Zero's legs.
Is this?
Ermac flies to him.
We are charged with defending the fortress. None will escape us.
Telekinetic energy grabs Sub-Zero's arms and forces them out to his side.
Test your might.
Sub-Zero launches an ice bolt at Ermac, knocking him out of the air to the ground.
You are Quan Chi's creation. Liu Kang warned about you. I had hoped for the chance to battle your dark magic.
Fight.
Attacker hits the victim's face with a hook, then twists their arm to break their shoulder. Sub-Zero slides on ice shards which stab up through his victim's abdomen and skull. He then chops down with an ice wall hammer.
Liu Kang was overly concerned. Your magic does not impress.
Sub-Zero eyes Ermac.
You are not so fearsome.
Scorpion and Smoke run to him.
You're both unharmed?
We are, brother.
Good. After our years of idleness, it pleases me to again face combat.
I will be pleased when we complete our mission.
They sprint across the fortress. Sub-Zero blasts a trail of ice and slides across it to a wall beside a portcullis. Scorpion and Smoke stand on the other side of it. Sub-Zero peers through the opening, then nods to the other two before sneaking through it with them. They step to an inactive Soul Stealer, its fused humanoid bones bound to strips of cloth and shaped into a tall spiral. Sub-Zero reaches toward it.
Be careful with what you're handling. We have no time for mistakes.
Scorpion, Smoke, and Sub-Zero slink away toward numerous other Soul Stealers.
Continue working. I must oversee production of the remaining basins.
Quan Chi steps away from cloaked workers constructing a Soul Stealer. He walks through an enormous archway lined with terracotta soldiers leading into the fortress. Sub-Zero covers the mouth of a guard from behind and impales his chest with an ice dagger before setting him down.
That's Quan Chi. The other sorcerer Liu Kang described.
Kuai Liang and I will capture him. Stay here. Do not let them activate the Soul Stealers.
Quan Chi steps down a corridor hedged in with more terracotta soldiers. Flames flicker in numerous braziers lining the walls and gold coins litter the stone floor. Sub-Zero and Scorpion slowly follow him as he steps through a doorway into another room. Sub-Zero pauses by a heap of gold coins. He picks one up and inspects it in the firelight. He looks past it at mounds of gold coins sitting in the room beyond the corridor. Sub-Zero and Scorpion look past the treasure at Quan Chi on the other side of the room with multiple women in leather armor and skeletal masks.
There will be spoils in this war.
Let us win it first, brother.
They glance at the doorway behind them, then hurry off as Shang Tsung emerges from it. Smirking, Shang Tsung strides across the treasure room toward Quan Chi and the women. Quan Chi steps to him.
Will the Soul Stealers be completed on time, Quan Chi?
Yes. Our benefactor's guidance has proven most helpful.
If we break it, we'll halt their construction.
Agreed.
Sub-Zero and Scorpion step out from behind a large ruined door and charge Quan Chi and Shang Tsung. Green energy pools around Quan Chi's hands and he blasts heaps of skulls at Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero smashes his way through them while Scorpion trades blows with Shang Tsung. Sub-Zero and Quan Chi each dodge the other's kicks. Then Sub-Zero front kicks him back.
Ah, the Lin Kuei. We have been expecting you.
Were you told also to expect defeat? This ends no other way.
Fight! survive the Netherrealm's magic.
Attacker hits the victim's face with a hook, then twists their arm to break their shoulder. Sub-Zero slides on ice shards which stab up through his victim's abdomen and skull. He then chops down with an ice warhammer.
Your failure was inevitable.
Scorpion evades Shang Tsung's knife hand strike, then jabs his gut and sidekicks him back. Shang Tsung shoots a fire skull at a giant pile of coins and jewels behind Scorpion, sending it sliding down and burying the warrior. Sub-Zero shoots an ice beam, but Shang Tsung blocks it with a shield of fire.
This is so unnecessary. What I can offer you, you won't decline.
Unless it's your surrender, I am not interested. Fight.
It is your choice. I can give you freedom. Or I can take
I had hoped for a worthier enemy.
Sub-Zero steps to Shang Tsung's body and conjures a large axe made of ice. Scorpion watches him raise the weapon, but he stops when guards pour in from the doorway. One shatters Sub-Zero's ice axe with his sword, and another jump kicks Scorpion. Sub-Zero grabs a guard's arm and twists it around so his sword cuts another's throat. Scorpion weaves around one guard's sword, then throws him into a second. A guard bashes Sub-Zero's face with his shield, knocking him down. The guards quickly grab him and Scorpion, then force them to their knees. Shang Tsung staggers to his feet. He dusts himself off, then steps to Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Perhaps now you wish to entertain my offer.
How would you know what I value? We're strangers to each other.
I know that you wish to break free of Liu Kang's control, to gain your clan unrivaled power. I offer the means to do both.
Ignore him, brother. He promises only corruption.
Grandmaster, I am sure you're asking yourself, can I afford to trust a man I have never met? But the true question you must ask is, can I afford not to?
Sub-Zero stares at Shang Tsung. Geras stands before a giant hourglass and shifts his arms around. Sand weaves through the air, then images of the benefactor and Shang Tsung appear in the bottom of the hourglass.
And you were meant for war, to live among kings, not peasants. But since before you were born, you have been conspired against by those who fear how formidable you could become. I am your deliverer, Shang Tsung. Join me, and I will put the realms at your feet.
Geras examines her.
Who are you?
He steps closer to the hourglass.
Impossible.
Shao, Shang Tsung, and multiple soldiers usher Scorpion and Sub-Zero forward, their wrists bound by manacles.
My realm and your clan have much in common. We both feel the pull of Liu Kang's leash.
Once Outworld rules Earthrealm, you will be free to remake the Lin Kuei in any manner you see fit.
Bihan, don't listen! We must stop them, not—
Silence, Kuai Liang.
But brother—
Obey your Grandmaster. Can you win this war? Soul Stealers are deadly, but they're not enough.
You only think so because you don't understand their true purpose.
Explain.
Emperor Ying built this fortress during one of Earthrealm's most turbulent periods. Enemies beset him on all sides. He built a great army to protect his empire. He built a second one to protect him in the afterlife. This is Emperor Ying's Dragon Army.
They enter a vast, icy chamber hewn from an enormous cavern. Hundreds of terracotta warriors surround them on the ground floor and various floors above them.